Dipan Mehta, Director at Elixir Equities, is joining in to take some questions. Dipan, good to have you with us here. Thank you very much. I mean, after a long time, we have a strong surge higher, Dipan. So I have to ask you, and you've been sort of cautious for a while. It's worked out very well. Are we at a turning point in some sense in terms of just retail sentiment, etc., with what has happened yesterday with the Adani Group? Or you think, I mean, we're reading too much, just one day price action so far?
Good afternoon, Prashant, and thank you for having me on your show. That's a googly to start with, whether the bottom has been formed. That's the question you are asking, and these things are very difficult to answer. All that I can say is that we need to build on these gains, and you have to have a pattern of higher tops and higher bottoms. And only then you can conclude that the recent bottom was actually a very strong bottom. But there's no denying the fact that the movement in the Adani Group stocks is driving the sentiment for the time being. And the days on which they are up, I think we are seeing a decent amount of trading flows also, and investors sitting in the sideline also putting the money to work. And the days that there is a sell-off over there, the sentiment is in the negative. My sense is that maybe we are not as optimistic as we were, say, a few months ago or a few weeks ago, because this entire interest rate inflation scenario, which is a big drag on the market, that is not getting solved soon. And in fact, the timelines for flattening out of the inflation and the interest rate curve is just getting dragged longer and longer. And there is no visibility when that will turn. Until that point of time, I think markets may remain pinned down. So it's a longer waiting game than we thought earlier. No doubt you can take respect from the fact that the underlying fundamentals of the economy and corporate earnings are keeping on improving. And therefore, there's a compression of PE multiples. But when this trend will reverse and when we get into a full-blown bull market, will be dependent on the point of time when inflation has peaked and interest rates flattened out and maybe start to decrease a few months later.
Okay, all right. Hi, Dipan. Good afternoon. Dipan, as we speak, actually, the Nifty has come off 50 points off the high point of the day. So there's clearly some profit taking before we get into the weekend. So just keep an eye out on that front. Dipan, earlier we were talking about, a couple of cement stocks. And Ramco Cements is up close to around 1% odd. Any view on that name?
Yeah, good afternoon, Nigel. No, our view on cement and almost all cement stocks is negative. We believe in buying the cement consuming companies, real estate, engineering, construction. I think better prospects over there. Cement is a great deal of uncertainty with the way the capacities are coming up and their inability to pass on cost increases. From time to time, you will get rally in cement based on higher cement prices or better volume flow. But I think that the best days of cement, at least in the medium term, are behind. And next 2-3 years will be a challenge for cement stocks to outperform the broader market indices. So I'm remaining nil to a very low weight as far as cement stocks are concerned. Their capital ratio, their return ratios are going to certainly deteriorate, as also the capacity utilization and the operating profit margins. So I'll be very cautious in cement.
All right, Dipan, stay on. We'll have some more questions for you. Quick break, and then we'll get